So hey my YouTubers and everyone in the world, today is August the 28th. The time is now 2:19 p.m. guys. It was a beautiful Wednesday all day. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you can see more of me, and give this video a huge thumbs up to show love and support. Now moving forward, today we're going to be talking about 10 signs that you are smothering your partner. I feel like it is very important to understand that there is a such thing as smothering your partner. So the first sign to know that you may be smothering your partner is if you're constantly asking your partner, do you love me? Always needing reassurance that your partner loves you is a sign that you are smothering them. Because just because your partner doesn't say that they love you all the time doesn't mean that they don't love you. What it means is that they just don't feel the need to say it every day, all day. Maybe they might say it once or twice a day. And to them, that's enough. But if you're constantly asking them, oh, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? It's just a lot. It's smothering a person. It's putting pressure on them. It's making them feel like you don't even believe that they love you. And it's making them kind of second guess that relationship. Because it's like, why does this person constantly need reassurance that I love them? I tell you I love you once or twice a day, and that should be enough. So that's how some people see it. Now, the second sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, is it's your way or the highway. So what this tells me is if you're the type of person where you feel like it's always your way or the highway, that means that in some ways you're kind of smothering them and you're not giving them that independence to know that it's two of y'all in a relationship. It's making it seem as if you're in a relationship by yourself, and what you say basically they have to do. That makes a person feel like they're not equal to you in that relationship, and makes a person feel like their opinion is not as important as yours, and it also makes them feel like you're extremely controlling. So yes, in other words, that does make a person feel like you're smothering them. You're not allowing them to be themselves, So the third sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, is if, multiple discussions about relationships, 2-3 times a day, constantly saying, babe, we need to talk. Or, he's constantly saying, to the woman, we need to talk all the time, like every day, all day, up just about the relationship. That makes a person feel like you're their entire world. That is good, but it's also bad because it makes it seem as if you don't have a life. If you're constantly always having discussions about the relationship, as long as you guys sit down, set boundaries, establish where you want to go together as a couple, then to me, it's no need to have multiple conversations in a day if you guys already said what it is between you two. You already had this discussion, what you guys are aiming for, what you're aiming for in your life, what, he or she is aiming for in their life. Having multiple discussions makes a person feel like you are not certain about what's going on between you two. In other words, it does make a person feel like, wow, I feel smothered. I feel like I don't have space to, be myself and just live my life, so yeah. Now, the fourth sign to know that you may be smothering your partner is if you're constantly talking about marriage. Yes, I understand that a lot of people want to get married. They want to live a happy, healthy life, and I get it. But the point of the matter is, marriage is not something that you want to be forced. If you guys are on the same page, you may sit down, you may have a conversation about being married maybe once or twice. But the point of the matter is you don't want to overdo it. And when I say you don't want to overdo it, constantly having conversations and nagging them and trying to force them to put a ring on a finger is not the brightest idea. It makes a person feel smothered. It makes them feel like you're rushing it. And it makes them wonder, like, why is she so, anxious to marry me? Like, why not just give it time and let everything just flow? So when it comes to marriage, you might want to just be cautious about it. Have a conversation maybe once or twice, and then leave it alone and let the universe just take care of everything else. Now, the fifth sign to know that you just may be smothering your partner, guys, is if you always wanted to be under them. If you're always constantly wanting to be under this person, if every time they go out, you feel the need to go out with them, or if every time they're in the living room, you feel like you need to be there, or if they're in the room, you feel like you need to be there, that is a sign of you smothering someone. So sometimes you just want to give your partner time to miss you. Maybe a couple hours. You go out with your friends, or he or she goes out with their friends, and you guys don't always need to be around each other. You want to be able to have a conversation about how your day was and what happened, and who did what. And that's what I kind of feel like makes the bond a lot stronger. But if you're always under them, like all the time, it could get a little bit annoying. Sometimes people just want their own space, and that's okay. That's completely normal. Now, the sixth sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, is if you're demanding explanations for everything. If your partner has to explain everything every day, all day, that's a sense of being smothered, because why is it that I have to explain to you XYZ or 1, 2, 3, especially if it's not pertaining to you? It's okay for you to want your partner to discuss certain things that you feel may be important to them if they want to discuss it, but you never want to make a person feel like they have to come out and say what's going on. No, that is a sign of smothering your partner. They should not have to explain their entire life to you, and that's just the truth. Now, the seventh sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, is if your partner told you that they need space. And I feel like this one is really, really golden. A lot of times our partners, when they feel smothered, maybe they might say it in certain ways. Oh, well, why don't you go out? Go hang out with your friends, go have some fun. Or, whatever the case may be, why don't you go take a walk? That's their way of telling you that they need some time to themselves, and they're trying to say it in a way where they're not hurting your feelings, but it is what it is. The point of the matter is, if they just blatantly say, you know what, babe, I need some space. Or if she or he says, you know what, I just need a little time alone. I need time to clear my head. Those are signs that it's time for you to give this person, you got to fall back. It's time to give them that space that they really need. You can't be mad. If they're telling you blatantly, then that's what it is. Don't think it's a joke. This person is telling you, I need to clear my mind. And in order to do that, they need time to themselves. Now, the eighth sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, is if you try to control every part of your partner's life. Like if you try to control everything that's going on in their life, that's never a good thing, because you make the person feel like they can't be themselves, they can't live their own life, outside of you and the relationship. Like, that's a lot. If you try to control every aspect of their life, it's not a good sign. It makes them feel like you're trying to be their mother rather than their partner, or as a man, you're trying to be their father rather than their partner. It just doesn't feel good. So yes, it is important for you to allow your partner to live their life the way that they choose to. Even if you don't agree with certain things, that's okay. But that person is breathing for themselves, and you have to let them live their life according to their standards. It is what it is. Now, the ninth sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, is if you don't have a life outside of the relationship, and this one is golden. If you're the type of person where you don't have any friends or you don't have any family members to hang out with, maybe now it's time for you to actually start going out there and making some new friends. Being a socialite or being more sociable, or even going out with coworkers sometimes. Anything to just do something outside of that relationship. If your whole world is this guy, or your whole world is this woman, then after a while they're going to feel like this person has no life. This person clearly has no life. And at the end of the day, that's a scary thing, because it makes the person feel like, dang, well, what would happen if I say I want to go hang out with my boys and I don't want her to come? Or I want to go hang out with my girls and I don't want him to come. At the end of the day, it's just you don't want to go through that type of stuff. So yes, it is important to be more sociable, make a couple friends, hang out with some family members, even have a me day. Go out with yourself. Go take yourself on a date. Treat yourself. That is, that's what you want to do. You never want to make it seem like you don't have other people to talk to. That's another thing, because when you're in relationships and you're going through different stuff, at the end of the day, there may be a point in time where you might want to talk to someone outside of your relationship, outside of him or her. So that's why you have to have friends or maybe family or even co-workers, just people that you trust with your business. Now, the 10th sign to know that you may be smothering your partner, guys, this is for the thumbnail, is honestly speaking, if your partner is ignoring your texts and your calls. Once the relationship gets to that point, that's really a bad sign. That's a red flag to let you know that they need space from you. If you call them and they're not answering, if you text them and they don't text you right back, or they don't text you within a couple hours, and you constantly texting them and putting pressure on them, you're smothering them. And that's it. If a person doesn't call you back or text you, they're letting you know they don't want to be bothered. And that is the AKA. That's just what it is. So I hope that those 10 signs to know that you may be smothering your partner helps you to open your eyes and realize that you may be damaging your relationship if you don't change up these things that we discussed today. If you guys like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. And like I always say, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, visit my website at shoploveronline.com. Until next time, guys, peace.